This is an interview question for a data science role at LinkedIn. When you're interviewing for data science positions, there are many rounds and many types of questions, but the case study is the most important one. That's because the problem you get in a case study is the most similar to the types of business problems that you're going to be dealing with on the job. So I received this question during an interview. How can we identify which of our users are business travelers? So typically when you're answering these types of questions, you want to start out as if you had magic data for the most part, or very comprehensive data that's realistic that could get you what you want. So for example, you would probably have access to all the information that's in someone's profile and also probably geolocation data. So with this really high quality data, how would you solve the problem? And then as you're going through, you would describe the assumptions that you have to make and what problems come up along the way. So one example, we may have geolocation data, right? Which seems like it would be very important, but maybe you only have access to it when people are using the app and many of the users don't use the app that often. Or maybe there are other issues just with geo tracking. So if people who are on an iPhone maybe have opted out of tracking and you can't track them at all. So I have some ideas. I am not gonna really discuss them now other than the suggestions that I just gave, but I would post how I would do it in a follow-up video, but I wanna give you guys a chance to answer. Now, as full disclosure, in the last 11 technical rounds that I was invited to that I interviewed with, I made final round in 10 of them. This at LinkedIn was actually the only one that I did not make it to the final round after a technical round interview. So I don't know if my answer is correct or not. I will say this, I didn't even realize at the time that I had been interviewing like crazy. I had so many rounds and I was having just a first round intro one-on-one call with a hiring manager who had reached out to me unsolicited on LinkedIn. I thought it was just going to be the introductory like call, tell me about your background and what you're looking for. And we're in the middle of conversation. And then all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, I think I'm in the middle of a case study problem right now. And so I was just not really mentally there. So while you guys are thinking about how to solve it, you should also think about what are some questions that you would ask the interviewer. So the clarifying questions or assumptions that you need, because those things are also really important when you're bringing up when you're in an interview and you're working on these problems.